You know, here on Birdies Not BS, we like to cover not just the comfortable conversations, but the uncomfortable conversations. We tackled Is Golf Racist? Now we're going to talk about Is Golf Sexist? Golf is not that hard.
Well, it doesn't have to be. That's why we cut through all the highbrow golf BS to give you what you really need to know to enjoy the golfing experience.
I'm Doug Smith.
And I'm Cheyenne Woods.
And together we have over 50 years experience playing the game of golf at every level.
Every week we'll break down a new topic in 10 minutes or less, answering some of the most popular questions in golf today.
You're welcome.
Is golf sexist? Now, as a woman, naturally, I have a lot to say about this, and I've experienced some stuff. But as we said with Is Golf Racist? No, golf as a sport cannot be sexist. But the culture of the sport definitely has history of sexism. And even in today's society, in today's game, there are a lot of sexist terms, policies, and just everyday stuff that I've experienced. And maybe, Doug, I don't know, you play golf for a long time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've never seen the sexist side. No woman's ever just walked up to me and treated me any type of way on a golf course. But, no, I think, much like the topic is golf racist, I think golf does have some areas where it can improve. I mean, there are men's-only clubs still in existence today. There are courses overseas that have had to lax their men's-only policies in order to bring some of the golf's greatest championships to their golf course. So this is a polarizing topic, one that's not going to go down easy for some folks. But do I believe that the game of golf is sexist? I will say there is a lot of sexist vernacular around the game of golf. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever left a putt short and been called a girl? Or do you get called a guy? Like, how does that work for women? Because I've been called Nancy, Alice, Sally for leaving putts short. Does that work in the women's sport, Cheyenne? Are you called Drew and Richard if you leave a putt short?
No, I've never been called a man's name for leaving a putt short. That's the perfect example of golf being sexist. For these terms to still be going around, and they're so common that we don't even notice it anymore. And another thing that we were talking about earlier is the fact that the tees are specifically called the ladies' tees. Red tees don't mean that a woman has to play them.
Can you play from the men's tee, Shy?
They're not men's tees. They're the back tees, okay? So we need to stop that right now.
Excuse me, I apologize. I didn't mean to offend.
So whether it's the tee boxes, whether it's you hit a putt short and you left your purse at home, these terms are so common within golf that you can't help but say, yes, it's a sexist culture. And it's something that needs to change. And I see it changing with the conversations going on.
Traditionally, and this is tough to say, but there has been a stigma around women's golf. I've found myself victim of being upset if I've had to play behind a group of women or if I zoomed up on a group of women playing golf. Now, that's reality. Guys, let's be honest. We've all seen a woman on a golf course and been like, damn, this is going to be a long day. I've said it. I don't mean to. I'm sorry. It's a reality. But those stigmas are being broken down. More and more women are playing golf at higher and higher levels. They don't have to play golf at a high level to be respected. They should play golf at any level and be respected. I don't want to allude to something, far off. I just want to say that if you're at the golf course, regardless of skin, race, ethnicity, you should be respected, period. Anywhere you go in the country, you should be respected for all of the said things I just mentioned. But I have been a perpetuator of those stereotypes.
And it's hard not to be. Again, with the tradition of golf, it's been an exclusionary sport. People have been excluded from it from the very beginning, and women being part of that. A joke, I don't even know if this is true or not, but a joke is that golf stands for gentlemen only, ladies forbidden. So whether that's true or not, it's something that has been kind of thrown around with the idea that women have not always been invited and welcomed to the golf course. So with you having that, I guess, idea of that attitude of women being slow or not being able to play, it's a part of the culture that unfortunately has been created within the sport.
Cheyenne, what other hurdles are you seeing as you're traveling around the country? You're playing in Pro-Am to Pro-Am and tournament after tournament. What are you seeing either from your playing partners or competitors that makes you excited and or frustrates you as well?
In terms of sexism?
Exactly.
Majority of the people we come across in the sport are men. Pro-Am partners, I would say 80% of the time are men. I've had men make comments. I wear skirts on the golf course all the time. You know, you hear men make comments about what you're wearing, how you look. A lot of the women's game, even LPGA versus PGA Tour, more comments are made about how the women look versus how the men look. We have things like who's the best looking girl on tour versus the best looking guy. Who talks about the best looking men on the PGA Tour?
Would have been me if I were there. So
you would, of course. I figured that.
I appreciate that. No, thank you. But no, I understand. You know, I've felt some type of way about the most beautiful women in golf, and congratulations on being
Thank you. I'm considered, which is awesome. But it would be nice if they then did the same with the men.
Absolutely.
If you're going to talk about how the women look, talk about how the men look.
Well, and I want to segue to Cheyenne. As we're talking about appearance, how do you feel about how some women are choosing to portray themselves on social media around the game of golf?
There's a huge wave that we've seen in the last maybe 3 or 4 years with social media and golf, specifically with women. I love that a woman can be beautiful, can be sexy, can be competitive, and be a great golfer. The thing I see with social media a lot of times with women golfers is that they're only promoting how they look. A lot of these girls don't really even play golf. I can't speak on all of them, but the trend is just pretty girls with a golf club in their hand. Now,
It gets you likes.
It gets you likes.
And followers.
And I can't say, yes, there are a lot of beautiful women who do play golf, but I'm seeing the stereotype being encouraged that people just want to go look at a girl with her ass out who has a club in her hand. Sometimes I think it discredits the other girls who are actually competing and this is their passion. Now, Doug, you briefly mentioned before about the all men's clubs, and this is something I really want to go back on because to me it doesn't make sense, and it blows my mind that there are still these places where women are excluded from being a part of. Have you ever been to an all men's club?
I have played a few all men's clubs at different parts of the country, and what I can say is the golfing experience is really no different than any other golfing experience you could have. I'll say the courses are pristine, the experience is unbelievable, but it lacks female involvement. It's undeniable. I do know that certain clubs have been held to the fire publicly, Augusta National being one, Muirfield overseas being two. Muirfield was threatened to not host the Open Championship a few years ago because of their strict no women policy. They opened that up, let one woman in, and then all was forgiven. Is it right? No, it's not right. But is it a reality? Absolutely. And that's what we have to deal with.
A huge part of these all men's clubs as well is the exclusion, obviously, of women playing golf. But it's also excluding women of being a part of a social circle where Fortune 500 employees are members playing golf, making business deals, but more importantly, creating relationships, which can go further on in business and in their career. So I notice this even at mixed clubs is the men's grill. So it's not only an all men's club problem, but a golf problem. I go to country clubs to practice. I play golf with these men. They go to the men's grill. I'm not allowed. And to me, it baffles me that it's a club, and why do you have a restaurant or a room specifically for men? Yes, they have the women's side, but it is nothing like the men's at all, whether it's the locker room, the restaurant. The men's grill is somewhere that men exclusively can go after golf. Whether I play with them or not, I'm not allowed in there.
You're right. If we do go to a club and I go to a men's grill, that's really the end of our time together for that round of golf. And it's something we need to think about and something that golf needs to consider.
It's so crazy because I remember playing with some guys and we had a great time, played all day. And I actually did go in the men's grill and I sat down, and I will never forget the feeling I had of the eyes staring at me. And I knew I did something wrong, and I knew I was not welcome. And for me, I've played golf my whole life. And so I know I'm a part of this community. I'm a golfer. I play professionally. And for me to be at a golf course and walk into a room with my playing partners and have this feeling, it just didn't feel right.
I know golf has its struggles, but those same struggles are in society as well. And I don't think we need to get technical. I think we need to reflect on what we can do to make our society better.
So we want to hear from you guys. What are your opinions on all men's clubs? What are your opinions about today's topic? Have you experienced it? What do you think we should do moving forward? Hit us up on Birdies Not BS on Instagram and Twitter, or birdiesnotbs.com. We want to hear your questions and your opinions.